Hey there, welcome to the PARmovement. Coach Gary here, and today we are going to give you a golf workout you can do at the gym. And we are going to attack mobility in this first video of this 5-part video series, because here at the PARmovement we have 5 pillars that are essential to golf fitness and creating the best golf fit body we can create. And those are mobility, stability, strength, rotation, and power. So we're gonna hit mobility, the first pillar, today. So even if you're not a golfer, you should check out these stretches because you're gonna need it either way, because we need to make sure our hips are happy and healthy for a lifetime and have full range of motion. And if you're somebody who feels like you just can't get mobile for the golf course, or you feel stiff on the golf course, these 3 exercises are going to be super beneficial to your body and to your golf game, and they're gonna help you feel really loose, particularly in the hips and the lower legs.
It's all in the head. Yeah, it's all in the hips. It's all in the hips.
Get off of me.
So be sure to stay tuned, watch all the drills. And I just want to say, if you're somebody who you feel like you need more golf workouts, more in-depth golf workouts each and every week, go to our website where we have free golf workouts there for you, where we give you the demo movement, we give you a coaching movement, we tell you why we do this movement, and it's programmed, laid out for you beautifully each and every week. So go there, check it out. But if you need to get more mobile for the golf course, let's get into these 3 mobility drills you can do at the gym. All right, your first exercise we're gonna do today is our banded couch stretch. So what this is going to do is going to clear up hip flexors. It's going to clear up that rectus femoris that attaches up here at the joint or the hip, and then it goes down, connects over top of the knee. It's the only flexor that crosses 2 joints, the hip and the knee. So we need to make sure it's flexible. If this gets really tight after a lot of sitting, it's going to put a lot of extra pressure on that lower back, and this is going to be one of the best exercises you can do, or stretches you can do, to clear up that rectus femoris. So what we're gonna do, take that jump stretch we talked about, attach it to a rig of sorts, and then what I'm gonna do is load my leg up underneath of it, and I'm gonna get it up underneath, run up underneath my butt. So the gluteal fold. So I'm gonna get into this position, get my knee down, I have a pad, and then I have a bench. So we talked about having a bench, so we need to get in to this couch stretch. And when we're here, what I want you to think about is we're going to do 10 hard exhales each time in this position. So I'm in this position, and I'm just gonna have a nice smooth breathing in, exhale, and then as I exhale, I'm going to close everything down. I'm going to exhale everything out, and then at the bottom of that exhale, you should really feel a great stretch going on here in the front of the hip, and then feeling that glute fire. And then so when I'm here, exhale out, I'm thinking about firing that glute, and then eventually I want to be able to get my hip at least within a fist range to my foot. So we want to get that hip to that foot, but all while not overextending. So that's what we're using that exhale for, is the exhale everything out, and you see how I get into this more hollowed out position, which is a much better position. If I overextend in that lumbar, it's not going to get that stretch in the rectus femoris like we want it to be. So we gotta make sure, neutral spine position, use that exhale to engage that core. Everything out, engage, neutral core, squeeze the glutes, get that hip as close as you can to your butt, and the band is going to add some extra assistance. So try that one out. All right, so our second stretch, we're gonna keep that band in the same position, and we're going to clear up those hamstrings, a little bit of the glutes, a little bit of that hip capsule with our banded hamstring floss. So what you're gonna do, load that leg up into that band, get it high up on the thigh, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna get into this staggered stance. So I want your banded leg a little bit out in front. Many of you are probably gonna wanna put this banded leg in the back, get that banded leg out in front, and we're gonna keep the knees bent and soft until we get down to the ground. So get your hands down on the ground, bend your knees as much as you need to, keep that staggered stance, and then when we're in this position, we're just gonna lightly floss that knee in and out. Run into some tension, and we can even hang out here for a second and really let that band pull on the hip. You're gonna feel it kind of like right where the hamstring inserts into the hip, and you're going to feel that kind of a little bit of a pull on the hip, which is good. And so we just go in to tension, hang out, and now what we're gonna do to add up a little bit more lateral seam, a little bit more load up and stretch this lateral seam, we're just going to shift our weight to the right. And so now I'm going to have loaded a little bit more of the lateral hamstring. You're gonna feel it on the side of the hip. And so what that is we're just getting a nice pull on that posterior portion of that capsule, and we're even incorporating a little bit of the lateral capsule in this stretch. So we just go in, out, floss, go into that tension, go around, hunt around. For me particularly, when I load up to the side, I feel even more tension out there than I do just neutral. So what you're gonna do is you're going to accumulate about a minute each side, keeping it dynamic, keeping that knee flossing in and out. And then the last thing we're gonna do is clear up the calves. So we still need that band because we're going to attack that calf joint, make sure that joint is in a nice healthy position, clear up some of that joint capsule with a little band of distraction. And so what you'll do, you're going to get this band right at the bottom of the foot, get it right underneath the tongue of your shoe, and you're going to get some type of weight that you can elevate your toes on. So I get into this position, I just load. I want to have that band pulling down and back because a lot of us tend to get tight in this anterior tib portion on this aponeurosis, and the joint kind of gets pulling a little bit forward. So you want that band to be nice and low. Don't have it high, right? We want it nice and low so it's kind of pulling down and back on that joint and kind of allowing those shin bones to get a little bit approximated in a better position. So what I'm gonna do, load up onto that plate. When I'm on the plate, we're gonna stretch two different muscles. We're gonna get the soleus, which is the bottom part of the calf, and then we're going to get the gastroc, which is the top part of the calf. We're gonna do that with two different positions. So when I lock my knee out here, I'm feeling a stretch at the top, and that's your gastrocnemius. So we wanna go floss in, feel that at the top, and then we're going to go ahead and press forward, and we should feel a little bit of a stretch running up the back, kind of in that Achilles area. But if this interior portion, the front portion, is a lot tighter and you're super tight in there, you're gonna feel more of like a pinch or a block in there, and that's okay, and you might not feel a stretch in that soleus yet until we kind of clear that up and get that a little bit looser. So go in, out, floss, and bend that knee forward. So we want to really get a nice forward knee bend while keeping that heel down, right? Don't let that heel pick up or else we're not getting the stretch that we want. So heels down, elevate those toes, actually get that foot up. A lot of you are going to want to just put just your toes up and you'll be sliding. Get that whole arch up on to that elevated platform and then just drive in and out. Keep the hips up, nice and tall, square, drive in and out. Feel the stretch in the calf in those two different positions. We have to have full ankle mobility to actually protect the lower back. If that's the start of that posterior, that superficial back line is down at the calves and down into the foot, right? And we need to make sure all of that is loose and flexible so the whole chain going up can be loose and flexible. If we're tight down here, it's going to kind of pull our malleolus back, so that ankle bone is going to pull back, and we're going to be sitting here with these hyperextended knees, and that's also going to make us overextend in the back. So if we want to have a nice healthy lumbar position, we also need to make sure the ankles are nice and flexible, have full range of motion. So you're going to attack that with that drill. Again, a minute each side. You have a minute on the couch stretch each side, a minute on the bandage hamstring stretch each side, and then a minute on those calf stretches each side. Use that band. If you don't have a band, try to get one. They're not super expensive, and it's the only way you can actually apply some force in your stretch to that joint capsule and help clear up the capsules of those joints, right? We need that big amount of force. No amount of just stretching your own body weight is going to clear up and actually stretch that joint capsule. So check it out, try it, get that band. Those are your 3 mobility exercises. All right, so go ahead, give those mobility exercises a try. We know you're gonna like them, and we really know that you're gonna love how you feel because they're going to help clear up the hip capsule, and we're also gonna hit the ankle, and we're going to get that banded distraction stretch, because when we do those banded distraction stretches, we're actually attacking the joint capsule, which encapsulates the joint. And we know that if the joint capsule is stiff, it's going to create more muscle stiffness. And the only way you can actually stretch the capsule is by doing these banded distractions and getting a lot of force pulling on that joint. We will not actually be able to stretch the capsule just doing a regular stretch, going down, bending our toes, and getting like a hamstring stretch. So we have to incorporate the band to hit the capsule so it'll help alleviate muscle stiffness and make that joint capsule healthier and less stiff. So try out those exercises. Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you like the drills, if you like the tips. Also, I just want to remind you, if you're somebody who needs weekly golf workouts programmed for you each and every week with demo videos, coaching videos, little descriptions as to why we do it, and the workouts laid out beautifully for you each and every week, go to our website, check it out. We think you'll like the workouts. And lastly, let us know what your favorite club is. If you have a club in the bag that is your absolute favorite, if it's like your 7-iron, your 4-iron, let us know. We want to hear. Garry Dubbs from the PARmovement, over and out. Enjoy those mobility exercises.
It's all in the head. Yeah, it's all in the hips. It's all in the hips.
Get off of me.